Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Yeah, screen is visible for everyone. We will wait for more 2 minutes or 1 minute, and then we will start. No, screen is visible. Okay, so without wasting time, we will start it out. I hope my voice is clear to you. Okay, so today's topic is broken access control, which we are completing with the December batch. And basically, we'll start with that topic. Okay, so the first part is broken access control, the main part. So what is basically broken access control? So you can say access control, or you can say authorization is application of constraint. So basically, just for example, there is a user and there is an admin. So obviously user have different privileges and admin have different privileges. Same in application, website have different kind of functionalities, different kind of proper abusive functions. So what I mean by abusive functions, let's suppose there is a function called you can update your email address. This is just a normal function. And let's suppose there is another email address which is used by another user. If you are able to use that email address, then what will happen? Where is the access control there? Do you think if someone is using the email address, the same email address you are using, is there any security or any kind of proper function working? You didn't get a question, or you're just clear up to it? So my question is, if let's suppose user A and there is a user B. User A is a victim and user A is using, let's suppose, aditya@gmail.com. Similarly, user B is attacker. An attacker using the same email address. So is there email validation here comes in? So the functionality, let's suppose the function is update email address. So just suppose update email address functionality is not working as intended to code. So as soon as we bypass that type of functionality, let's suppose update email address or update phone number, we can actually perform the different kind of attacks. So just suppose what is the type of it? So there are three types of broken access control. The first one is authentication. Second one is authorization. Sorry, session management. The third one is access control part. So in authentication, obviously they have to put some kind of validation, or they have to put some kind of proper security on that. So let's suppose if I'm updating someone's email address, let's suppose Deepak's email address with my email address. So obviously there is no validation, so there is no authentication. So it categorized in authentication part. So in session management part and access control. So sometimes session management and access control, these types of issues or these types of categorization comes in, it leads to various kind of vulnerabilities. Let's suppose information disclosure, or let's suppose either to leak information or either to update some sort of information. So what is the authentication? So in authentication, it identifies the user and confirms that they are who that they are saying. So let's suppose first part, just for example, as authentication, let's suppose I'm a user. My question to you is normal user is capable to see the information about admin? What do you think? Obviously not. User have different privileges and admin have different privileges. So similarly, user is allowed to update any information regarding admin. No, it's just a normal question. User is allowed to update any sort of information about admin. So obviously there is some sort of authentication which is needed. Yeshwant, you said that a session or cookie tampering that includes in session management. So in session management part, so let's suppose we have authentication, just a small verbal example I gave you. So in session management part, so what exactly that? So it identifies the specific user or specific person or role in a website with HTTP requests are made being by that same user or not. So let's suppose I'm a normal user and Santosh Kumar is an admin. So on that basis, if I got the cookies, or if I got the session of admin, and using that session, if I'm able to perform any kind of request or any kind of authentication using the user account, then it seems like a vulnerability. It is a vulnerability. For example, A as an admin and B as a user, normal user. So one functionality that admin only can read, write, view, and delete information. Admin have this kind of authorities like read, write, view, and delete. Similarly, normal user have information about read and write. But on that basis, if this user, B user, use the cookies or session of admin, and if he is able to perform the activities of view or delete, then it's an access control issue. Just for your information, I will tell you. So just be on a point. So everyone knows that last time which I showed you the access control issue, the broken access control issue, that repeat I'm going to show you again as a first example. Then what's the functionality was and how it leads to security issue. So there is no validation. and it was disclosing some sort of information. So basically, what's the functionality and how it works, that I will tell you. I think in last Sunday we took this example, but still, obviously, that's an example. That's why I'm taking it again. Don't worry, we have a lot of examples right now. Analyzing the request. So this comes under authentication and access control, these two parts. So first part is there is no authentication or no validation about user and admin. And access control, obviously they don't allow any user, obviously they allow any user to see the information about the admin. So how it works, I will tell you. Now, last time you have seen this example. Now, this time I'm going with more explanation because you need to focus on it. So last time we were just checking that what type of information they are having. So just option to buy. So when you are analyzing request or when you are ready to find broken access control vulnerabilities, always check request and response. So what does that mean? So I'll tell you. So here the functionality is mobile number. So singly I'm putting my phone number. In coupon, I'm not posting anything. So let's capture the request. So obviously when you're finding for this sort of information, always try to go with analyzing. So first I will capture request. So just a question to you, this is a website and functionality is that we can buy something. So in that case, who are we? We are buying something. We are customer. So basically, as a user, I'm going to perform some sort of activities. So we are going to capture the request. So let's analyze it. Okay, if you see this information, so this is a get best information. So I will send this to the repeater again. And just make it off. So currently this is the response, right? So as a tester, as I said, that you can do something right here. You can put phone number, you can put name or some sort of information like here. So obviously there are multiple vulnerabilities you can try because there is a parameter called origin. So those, once you are going to learn about SSRF, you will get to know how it is working about the SSRF. Don't worry, just focus on brokers access control right now. So as a functionality of user that you can send the request about our requirement. So when we hit go, we got this response. But this response is pretty different because it contains some sort of ID like this, right? So when we copy this, let's suppose I'm copying this is in Notepad. As a customer, we got this response. Obviously not a customer. You can put attacker. And when we perform this request, we got this type of ID in response. So when we analyze the response properly, so it says spreadsheet ID. So when we see spreadsheet ID, so it says that you can use a spreadsheet ID like this. Now you have to understand how is the authentication and access control works. So why there is no authentication, I will tell you. So I'll copy this. I'll put the spreadsheet ID right here. I'll copy this again. Print here. When we put this, my question is, we are customer only or we are user? Are we allowed to see this kind of information? So where is the authentication? See, the last request we performed Abhay for 2 times, right? And this is the first part. Like, obviously there is no authentication. That user is checking the information about the admin or viewing the information about admin. Obviously there is no access control. User have access to view the information about the admin, the similar type, authentication and access control. So this specific Excel file is only available for admin. And if normal user is able to see this kind of information, then it's nothing. They are like, obviously they are see the information, almost 11,519, almost more than 11,000. They are disclosing information about the customers. So first part here, what we did, capture the request. Second part, check response. It disclose ID. So this is the specific keyword which is very important when you are performing broken access type of vulnerabilities that I will tell you later. So in response, it was disclosing some sort of ID, and we got this information. We got to know that it's a spreadsheet ID. We embedded that URL with this. Fourth point, able to see other customers. And this was access of admin. So impact as an impact. Now you have to tell me what is the impact first. What do you think? Whatever you think, you have to tell me. So it's a PII. You can say information disclosure. Company reputation issue. As a technical impact. So I'm asking for technical impact. Let's suppose, let's remove this all. Just tell me technical impact. Weak authentication. Improper session management, or you can say improper access control. Why improper access control? Anyone can access this kind of information. Obviously, Akash, this is a privilege escalation. User is able to see the information about the admin, which is only accessed by admin. Yeah, that's a good example. Violation of customer privacy policy. See the normal, this single vulnerability. Do you think how much minutes we require to find this vulnerability? 5 minutes. And the categorization of this vulnerability is P1, priority one, because it's disclosing sort of information. No, it's not. Depends how we are good. Depends on how much logic we are putting into it. How weak authentication? Let's suppose when you are opening any kind of Google Drive or Google Access part, which is not allowed to you, then where is the authentication? So let's suppose I shared one drive link with you and it's obviously allowed to a specific email address. Are you able to see that? I'm telling you example. I'm giving you a question. There is a one Google Drive link I gave you, and you don't have access to that because your email address is not allocated to that. So is there authentication or not? And let's suppose I didn't put any kind of email address. The link is publicly exposed. Basically, it's intended, but it contains sensitive data. And you are still able to see that information. Is it good? Yes, Akash. Let me go on my email. Let me tell you why it's a issue. I reported multiple bugs on Google. I don't know why they didn't patch it after they put some kind of information. What on do? See the simple dorking. Private files accessible by domain search disclosing data of multiple users and open access to private files. So just for information, I will tell you this. So see, these are the files, and let's suppose I'm opening it. It's redirected actually. I need to check where are those files. This also looks like drive file, I'm not sure. Okay, so you need access. So now they are asking for authentication. Is it secure? Right. Okay, just for your information, I will update in these notes that you will get to know. With all impact, I have written all of this information all on my hands. What is the impact? What is the solution of it? You can just read about it. Okay, so this is the report from this to this. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I hope you don't mind. Just need to go for, okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Is this okay? Yes, you can read the report and we'll go with another vulnerabilities. This is just the start of broken access control. Okay, so I think it's 9 minutes left. So should we restart? I think we need to restart because we have completed the introduction of it. And now we will go for the exploitation phase. We'll tell you how and which functions you need to check for. Let's restart. Please join again.